What's up, y'all? I have not just sat down and talked to y'all for a minute, and there's a reason for that. And I guess I just want to explain myself in this video. I don't even know where to start because I have been on the verge of jumping off a cliff every day, and I'm not kidding. And I'm just going to be so real about that. So much so that, well, let me get to what even is causing all of these feelings, y'all. So I turned 26 April 27th. I didn't do anything for my birthday because I was trying to figure out, maybe somebody will say I was being manic, but I was trying to figure out how to like hack this system, believe it or not. So I spent my whole birthday doing that because at the time that was what was important to me. Needless to say, it didn't work, but I was crashing out shortly after that. I even made a video on my 26th birthday. I'll insert it here. I'm recording this video because I'm officially 26 years old, and it's been almost 10 years of trying to make something of myself and live a life the way I pictured myself living it. A creative life, a curious life where I get to be free. But I still have hope that by 27, by this time next year, hopefully by 27, things will be different for me. Because if not, I don't know what's going to happen. And, you know, upon reflection, as the days were going by, I realized I didn't do anything. My life started to feel like it meant nothing. And that's the easiest way I can put it. I'm just gonna hit y'all over the head with it. With AI, probably replacing a lot of jobs, a lot of creative jobs. Where I am in life, in the job that I have now, which is not what I want to do long term, I just really started to feel like life means nothing. And I kind of do still feel like that. This is all just like a joke. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't even know what to make videos about. I've kind of been all over the place because I have been sitting at home in my new apartment like every day besides going to work in the gym since I've gotten this apartment. This is not how I pictured my life at 26. I should be out exploring, doing whatever I want to do. So guess what? With that action, I booked a trip to Puerto Rico. Literally the day before I went online, booked the trip to Puerto Rico, booked my Airbnb and said, F it, I'm going. And so I went. Now, I don't know if you guys like know me well. Okay, hopefully like if you've been watching my videos, you kind of pay attention to how I am. I am not like super, man, I need to tell you guys more because I actually am kind of reckless sometimes. But with money, I'm not super spendy, which is going to change, by the way. But I'm not super spendy with money. I'm the type of person who really splurges on myself because I feel like for a long time, I had this idea that, oh, I can only buy stuff for myself if I deserve it. Like, I don't deserve to just get my hair done. I don't deserve to just buy new clothes because I need to be earning more money to do that. Only people who earn a lot of money can do that. So me booking this trip was really out of my typical craziness. I have certain stemming stuff that I do, certain like things that I do that is like people can expect that, but me booking a trip to Puerto Rico randomly, not one of those things. Nonetheless, I booked the trip. It was I think the ticket was like $300. I booked the Airbnb like $400, $500. I paid off my credit card debt literally like just a couple of days before. It was like $3,000, which isn't that much, but it's enough to where it's like, you need to pay this off. Okay, like I paid off my credit card debt and I'm just like, what is the point of credit cards? What is the point of debt? What is the point of anything? What is the point of saving? I'm making all this money. I'm making money. I have a job to save so I can buy a house. Okay, then what? Then what's gonna happen? I have a house and then I have to keep doing the thing that I don't even want to do to maintain the bills for the house. This is not how life is supposed to go. So I decided to rewrite my own story. Boom. I got to Puerto Rico. I got to my Airbnb. It was a cute little Airbnb. I literally got there at night. And man, to summarize, Puerto Rico is so freaking beautiful. I love the island. First thing I did was order some food. I have an eating disorder. I've struggled with the eating disorder since I was like 12 years old, okay? I won't specify which because I'm not ready for that, but I told myself I'm going to eat on this trip. I'm going to live my life. I haven't been living my life, so I will do that. I ordered a mofongo, I ordered some chicken. First thing I did when I got to my Airbnb. The mofongo was okay. The chicken was, no, actually I didn't like the mofongo. The chicken was okay, but I ate. I saw in the Airbnb bed and I talked to my boo. The next day, I don't know what was going through my head, but I thought that I could get my hair done in Puerto Rico. I'm like, y'all surely have black people on the island. There's surely somebody who knows how to do a freaking sew-in or like install my wig. I walked around Puerto Rico for hours, took different Airbnbs to different shops. Spoiler alert, none of them knew how to do hair. I couldn't find anywhere I could lay my wig. I couldn't find anywhere to buy a wig. I was also trying to buy a wig, couldn't find anywhere to buy a wig. I was like, okay, I guess I'm the only black person in San Juan. Like, what? There's also a lot of Americans who were touring at the time or like who were in Puerto Rico at the time. I'm just like, why are you guys here? Like, I went literally on a random Tuesday. I'm literally in my eat, pray, love era. I'm only supposed to be interacting with people who can barely understand me and speak Spanish. A lot of people understand English, by the way, but they do speak Spanish. Why are y'all here? But nonetheless, I continued my journey around Puerto Rico, couldn't find anywhere to buy hair, so I decided to just go out that night, and here's where the real story starts. I had the time of my life, first of all. Puerto Rican clubs are lit because everybody there actually dances. That's not how it is in a lot of American clubs. That's why I think a lot of people hate going to the club because yes, there's drunk people and stuff, but nobody actually dances. People just stare at each other. In Puerto Rico, they do not play about their music scene. I was dancing in the club. I don't remember the name of the club that I went to, but I was dancing and the niggas was on me, okay? The Puerto Ricanos. I met this guy. I won't say his name, obviously. I think I said it on TikTok, but whatever. He was tall. He was like 6'2", had beautiful curly hair, and we danced, okay? He bought me drinks. I met his friends. I wasn't paying for anything. I felt like a hot, sexy mama because I was. Mind you, this is after not going out for months, not even going out for my birthday. And the thing I love about Puerto Ricans and Spanish people is that sensuality is embedded into the culture. Nigerians are so hard bodied, so being soft is like a sign of weakness. But with Puerto Ricans, like, and Latinos in general, even the way they speak, ay, mommy this, papi, like they call each other papi. Boys will call each other papi. Their accents are so sultry. Oh my gosh, I had a ball. He was buying me drinks, we danced, and we exchanged phone numbers. He didn't hit me up till the next day, which was whack, but whatever. Like late the next day while I was at the beach. But when he did hit me up at the beach, I was so happy. Even though I was having a good time solo on the beach, running around in my bikini, half naked. He asked me if I wanted to go to Old San Juan with him, bought me drunken cookies. By the way, I wasn't sure if this man had a girlfriend or not because he wouldn't let me take videos with him, which is a red flag because why would you not? Like, that's crazy. Why would you not want to take videos with me? I look good, you look good, let's make memories. He wouldn't let me take videos with him, but later on he claimed that it's because he's a model and he wasn't supposed to be drinking and something that didn't really make sense to me. But I was like, okay, you're not supposed to be out. Fine, I'm not gonna capture this moment, even though we likely, it's not like we know the same people, but the internet. He then took me to this restaurant and I had the best food, okay? I will say this, in Puerto Rico, the food is so good, okay? I didn't like the first night, the mofongo and the chicken that I got, but everything else, I had this mac and cheese that was bomb. At this restaurant, I was eating. I got this soup that has seafood in it with plantain on the side. It was so freaking good, y'all. Like, everything is fresh. I love going to other countries and the food is fresh. He was feeding me that soup. I felt like I was in a movie. The girl was just in love, yes, in love with my Puerto Rican. I'm really showing my Puerto Rican Nigerian side. And I was eating and I was living my best life. And it was like, whew, the depression that I was feeling I got to escape that for 5 days, and I'm forever grateful because I needed that. With all this being said, I'm trying not to rush through the story because there's really not much to it other than the fact that I met a guy and I loved Puerto Rico and I saw there was literal fireworks in the air. With all that being said, I have accepted the fact that I have problems, okay? I have issues that stem beyond like the surface level, that extend beyond mental. I am not able to function unless I live life according to my own terms, and that's just what it is. That's how it's always been. And instead of running away from that, I've tried for a long time, for maybe the past almost 2 years, to fit into a box that wasn't created for me, having a normal job, hustling to like capitalist culture. You know what I'm saying? Capitalist culture in the sense that, oh, I have to become this rich person who does things for the sake of becoming rich rather than because she actually cares about them. That's never been who I was. That's not who I am. But I'm also accepting the fact that I am dumb contradictory, okay? I care about money and I do want to be rich. Hello? You're not supposed to say that out loud, but I do. I want to be rich because rich people get to do whatever they want. And I can help people, but that's besides the point. I made a video on my YouTube channel. One of the first videos I made that did pretty well in general on my channel, and it was about beauty. It was about the pressure that women feel to look beautiful all the time because of society's standards. Society has put crazy standards on women to be beautiful. We all know this. But I have not posted videos, and I feel like it's taken me a long time to correct the side of myself that doesn't care. The side of myself that contributes to the patriarchy, if we're getting really real. I want to be beautiful too. Are my beauty standards based off of patriarchal? That was crazy. Are my beauty standards based off of patriarchal expectations? Maybe. For example, I don't want to be fat. I've been fat all my life. When I was a kid, I was fat. I knew I didn't like being fat because I was uncomfortable, but also because people picked on me. I think mostly because I was uncomfortable though. And I wanted more friends. I noticed fat people don't have friends. So I told myself I'm gonna starve. I'm gonna eat 700 calories a day till I get skinny. Cause I told myself I couldn't be skinny going into high school. So that was 8th grade. And I couldn't be skinny going into high school because I felt like I deserved to have a different social life in a high school, which never happened. But I don't want to be fat. I want to be pretty. I think I'm pretty naturally, but I also see the value in other people thinking that I'm pretty. And I'm kind of giving into that. Because when I'm myself, when I'm my deep self, and the first thing that people don't notice about me is my beauty, like maybe they notice whatever, I am valued less. That is a problem. But at the same time, life is how long? How many years do we have in life? I am in this stage of life where I'm focusing on the quality of my life rather than trying to curate or force ideas on people who don't care. In other words, I'm gonna do me, okay? Going to Puerto Rico made me realize life is about experiences. I felt richer leaving Puerto Rico. I was $3,000 shorter. Yeah, $3,000. I was poorer financially, but that was the first time in a long time where I've had an experience that was so freeing. I'm going to allow myself to be free by doing whatever the hell I want. If that means investing and becoming more vain than I've ever become, then let me do that. Speaking to myself, let me just do it. I feel like everybody's allowed to be bad, except for me. And that's kind of, it's a little bit of my own doing. It's a little bit of religious dogma. It's a little bit of everything. Society, I don't know. But I, for the first time in a long time, I'm gonna allow myself to be a little bad. I'm going to allow myself to contradict myself. And it is what it is. I'm done trying to be a martyr for the things that I believe in for now. And the things that I'm referring to is, like, for example, beauty and patriarchy. I'm done not allowing myself to be messy. In Puerto Rico, man, that was so irresponsible. Like, I guess, right? I have a job so I can pay the money back, but it was reckless. I just came back from Mexico, which I'll make another video about. But if I'm irresponsible, then at least I can say that I've lived my life. I've put myself in this container trying to be the best version of myself, and it's making me kind of miserable. And I feel like with life, it's like you can't win. You can't win. I had this girl who I was friends with last year say that we were kind of in an argument or whatever. More so, she was arguing with me. And she said, I don't want to be on some self-improvement journey with you or in general, because she was talking to me about something and I was telling her that I was kind of like giving her advice or whatever, and her response was, I don't want to be on a self-improvement journey. I want to do what I do. And at first I thought, like, when she said that, I was like, okay, we definitely can't be friends if that's the case, because I only want to be a better version of myself, which requires you to be kind of strict. But how ironic is it that a year later, or however long later, some months later, I feel like I am done being so strict. I am done letting myself not live. And maybe that's what she was getting at. Like, it's okay that she felt that at the time that whatever she was doing was messy, and that's okay. It was contradictory, and that's okay. That doesn't make her any less valuable. That doesn't make her any less human. It makes her more human. And I never thought I would be able to relate to that, but I do now. I've never allowed myself to get raw bundles because it's too expensive. But at the end of the day, guess what? I want to look good. I don't want to spend the rest of my 20s not looking my best because I feel like I should just be the most, I don't know, I guess optimal disciplined spender. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go broke. I'm not saying that, like, that's not smart. But I am splurging. I'm eating. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make a video to show y'all what when I tell you, if you have an eating disorder, you know, allowing yourself to eat after so many years of restriction and binging and just not caring. I haven't counted calories in 2 months, and I don't care. If I get fat, I'm gonna care. But I'm eating cookies. I'm eating fried food. I'm eating fast food. Because at the end of the day, we all die. And quality includes splurging sometimes. So I feel like I'm gonna end up rambling. I'm probably gonna make another video because there's for sure stuff that I forgot to say. But I will continue to do the music interviews that on my channel, in case y'all have seen me doing that. By the way, I'm very multifaceted. I've said that since day one on my channel. I love different things. I like to do different things. So I will continue to do those interviews. Hopefully I have some ideas for that. You guys have sent me music. Excuse me. You guys have sent me music to review, whether it's an artist that you like or your music. I plan to absolutely do that. Guys, subscribe and follow me on this journey of life that I'm done trying to curate and be perfect all the time, because it has literally never worked. Bye. Love you.